We should be finally live on YouTube. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? How are you all doing today? It's not as warm today as it has been. My car said the outside temperature was 68 degrees right where I parked. So it's probably right around 70 degrees. I mean, it's not really cold, but it's not really warm either. It's I had to say it's the perfect temperature right now to take a walk. And even though it is a Saturday, I'm back at Red Morton Park, by the way. Even though it is a Saturday, it seems like there's less chaos at the park. Even though if you go to the other side by the playground, or you probably just heard a second ago, there are a lot of kids screaming. There's no construction happening here on the weekends. And I typically will walk around the park, not through the park. That way I get a longer walk and I don't have that many distractions or as many distractions, right? We're gonna wait. A few more minutes here to let some people get the notification. And I'm sorry, folks. I've been starting these streams a little bit later than the scheduled time. I don't do that on purpose. It's just I always have so much going on all day, every day, between my personal life, my family life, and other aspects of my personal life, and my business world and my coaching business. And I've just been pumping out a lot of content lately, and I've been trying to, get as many people together as well at the same time to do some collaborations and bring more value not only to my content but to their content as well. And it takes a lot of work, and I'm a one-man show, right? I'm not at the level yet where I can pay for an assistant, but even if I was at that level, I don't know if I'd be able to really delegate any of what I do to someone else. At some point, I'm going to have to, no matter what, because, in order to get past a certain point of success, you have to, work with other people and train other people to do some of the work for you, right? But for me, I'm so specific and so unique with the way, I'm not trying to say I'm unique to say I'm all that, but I'm so unique with the way I present my material that I just, do not want to ever put it in the hands of somebody else. This is me. I want you folks to always know that my content comes from me, my heart, my personal experiences, and this is who I am. And while everything else in this world has practically become fabricated and for drama, entertainment purposes, and it's unrealistic because that's what people feel they have to do to get attention nowadays, I like to keep it as real as possible, 100% real. And then attract people that recognize real. Like the saying we used to say years ago, real recognize real, right? Anyway. All right, so I'm just going to assume everything is rolling smoothly. I don't see any of my mods in here yet. We do have 8 people watching right now. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I really wish some other people would be here so they could hear what I'm going to say, but maybe they'll come and check out the replay. But before I get to the topic of this stream, I just want to update you folks because this actually ties in with the stream's topic. I've been talking about creating an emotional support group for men and for women too. But primarily, I am creating this because men nowadays have very minimal, if any, emotional support at all. And I was thinking about creating this group just for men and making it a place where, you know, only men would be able to chat. But that's not who I am. I actually enjoy getting feedback from women. And I think it is important to have feedback from both men and women regarding our own individual issues as men and women. So I'm here to announce that I finally created that Reddit group. Now it's public and it's live, but I still have to add some more rules to it. I still have to, get a banner picture and all that stuff. About 45 minutes to an hour before I went live, I just said I got to create it now, because if I don't at least just create the shell of it and put it out there publicly and start promoting it, I'm going to keep putting it off. And that's what you have to do, folks. Sometimes, if you're preparing to, put something else or put something new out into the world to add on to something that you're already doing, like I already do the coaching thing. Now I wanted to add this Reddit page, right? If you're like me, you want to set it up and perfect it before, give me a second here, before you release to the public. But the truth of the matter is, you just have to get it out nowadays, folks. Get it out, make people aware of it, and that's also going to motivate you to make time to, organize it properly and add the rules and the banners and all that type of stuff. Get your moderators set and all that. So I've created the subreddit, Real Emotional Support is what the URL is. The URL is reddit.com/r/real emotional support, all one word. And the actual group is called Genuine Emotional Support for Men and Women. And then it says Coach Eli, life coach, in parentheses. I want people to know that I am a life coach, and the primary purpose of this group is for myself, along with my moderators and other people that already understand what I teach. It's to basically make people aware that we're here to help. We're here to provide that emotional support that we know you're not getting, especially if you're a man in this modern world. We know you're not getting. Now, women, they still need emotional support, but women get their emotional support much easier than men, like I mentioned before, because women naturally will support each other when something goes wrong, right? Now, it's true that women will fight over men, right, like cats. That's why they call women cats and they call men dogs. And, they call men dogs because, a lot of men nowadays, especially the thirsty beta males, will just go up to women like a sick puppy dog and wag their tail, right, and expect the woman to drop everything, right? It doesn't work, or that doesn't work nowadays, which is what I'm trying to say. And women are like cats. They roam around the neighborhood slowly. They're very cautious, right? But they also will attack each other when they feel threatened, right? In this case, when it comes to human women, right? When they all want to go after one man because that one man is so amazing, right? When 5 women want to chance that man, they typically end up fighting each other, right? We call that a cat fight, right? But besides the cat fights, women, when they go through breakups, because women are emotional beings, they respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. They're there for each other, when they go through a breakup, no matter what. Women are naturally emotionally supportive towards each other, but men are not. And part of that has to do with the way things have always been with men. Men are supposed to be emotionally strong. We're supposed to just, deal with it, suck it up, let it go, right? But the truth of the matter is that men have emotions too. We go through things, and we also need emotional support. We're not getting it, right? Or at least when we seek it, we're told by our other friends and other people, right? Other friends, family members, suck it up. You're a man. Take it like a man, right? And then what happens? What happens? You end up sucking it in. You keep dealing with emotional stuff to the point of where one day you blow up like a volcano. And in many cases, for many guys, they blow up at the wrong time. I'm not saying that blowing up any time is right, but many guys will blow up at the wrong time. Just like the boyfriend of the deceased, Gabby Petito. We're going to talk about her in a little bit here. God rest her soul. Because the man that's been accused, of killing her, which I'm more than sure, and everyone else is probably more than sure that he did it, right? I'm sure that guy had emotional issues because he has not had emotional support. Had he had emotional support growing up, and he learned how to be a strong man and learned to understand women better and their emotions, he probably wouldn't have taken her life. Now, again, it hasn't been proven that he took her life, but it's highly assumed. And I'm going to highly assume he did it too. Who else would it be, right? But again, because it's not a fact, and it hasn't been proven yet, we're just going to say, this is my opinion that he did it, right? It's not a laughing matter. The queen is here. No, she's not. Why did I even read something that wasn't there? Just gave you a like. Hey, Lewis. How you doing? Good evening, Eli. How's it going, bro? Welcome to the show. So yeah, the emotional support group is live on Reddit at reddit.com/r/real emotional support, all one word. REALEMOTIONALSUPPORT. And the group name is called Genuine Emotional Support for Men and Women. In parentheses, it says Coach Eli, life coach. There's lots of people over here. Lots of people over here. Not sure what they're doing over here, but maybe there's an event happening in the building over there. Who knows? Now, here's the thing, folks. Reddit has some very strict rules. They are anti-troll. But that's not going to stop the trolls, especially my trolls. And I know my trolls, some of my trolls and people that aren't too fond of me are watching right now. And they're going to go and join the group. And they're going to try to create havoc. They're going to try to talk smack about me or other people I'm associated with. Reddit has a zero tolerance policy for trolls and haters and all that type of stuff, right? So I'm sure you trolls and haters are going to try to infiltrate my Reddit group, and that's fine. We're just going to ban you. I've invited all my moderators from my YouTube channel to join the Reddit group. Once they do, or however many of them do, they will all be moderated, and they will be moderating you. I will also be tinkering around when I get a chance with auto mod tools like I do on YouTube. In this day and age, you have to have some kind of automated moderation because if not, your mods and you can't always be there, right? And even though I have the Reddit app on my phone and I'll get notified, I can't always drop everything. And if I'm sleeping in the middle of the night and somebody wants to go and create havoc, someone can't always be there. So just like I have set up on YouTube with Nightbot and the block words list, the same thing will be set up on Reddit. So I'm just putting it out there to trolls and haters that are thinking this may be another way of trying to prevent me from moving forward, connecting with new people, and moving past you folks. Do what you got to do, and we're just going to keep moving forward. I mean, a lot of people may be even asking, well, why are you even talking about this, Eli? Why not just not say anything and just quietly moderate them? Because here's the thing. I'm proactive about things. I'm transparent with people about things. I want people to know what I've been through, and I want people to know more than likely what's going to happen, because when you prepare people for the inevitable, then we handle it better, right? And there are no surprises. When you're proactive with things, folks, I got to do a stream on that. I have to do a stream on being proactive versus reactive, okay? When you're proactive, it saves you a lot of time and energy. You explain everything publicly to your audience, to your moderators, anyone involved with your, social media presence or business or whatever. And that way, when things happen, they're not surprised. They just handle it. They help you handle it. They're a moderator, and then you just move forward, right? So that's that. So with that being said, let's just get right to the topic here today. And throughout the stream, I'm going to take either 2 or 3 laps today. I'm not quite sure. I am planning on going to dinner with my mother tonight, so I don't have a whole lot of time. But we'll do at least 2 laps, more than likely 3. Let's get to the topic. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from Red Morton Park. This is episode number 136. And today we're going to be discussing men desperately need emotional support. They aren't being raised with it. One more time, the topic is men desperately need emotional support. They aren't being raised with it. If you're, watching this stream live, or you're checking it out, you stumbled upon it, or came across it on the replay, I want you to really, really understand what I'm about to say, because I've done a lot of research on this, and I've just seen it hands-on. Not only dealing with people on YouTube and other social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and other platforms that I share my content on, but I've seen it in real life too. It seems nowadays that our 2 newest generations, the millennials, Gen Y millennials, and the Gen Z post millennials, the I generation known as Gen Z. Gen Y and Gen Z seem to be dealing with this, or seem to be struggling with this aspect of emotional support the most. And it has to do mainly with the men. Some women struggle with their emotions, but women are not really struggling with this as much as men are. Okay? Now, there are even some Gen X guys that are struggling with this, but I don't really see a lot of baby boomers. The baby boomers are much older. They're nearing, they're nearing their, latter part of life. Let's just put it that way. Give me a second here. There are a lot of people in this section here. So I'm just trying to avoid people here, to not be rude. So yeah, you even have some Gen Xers that did not have the emotional support growing up from their family, from their parents. But it's more so becoming apparent for the millennials and the post-millennials. And it's really affecting how men behave. It's also affecting how women behave. And see, a lot of men, even men my age that don't understand this as well as I do, they're trying to put the blame on everything, towards women, right? When it comes to men and women not being able to work out in relationships, for the most part nowadays, most guys, even guys my age, tend to blame the women that are dating these men, right? But that's not the root of the problem, right? The root of the problem is what I mentioned, is how you're raised. How was your childhood? Were you raised by both your biological parents? And if you were fortunate enough to have your biological father and mother in a happy marriage raising you, I gotta wait because there's a lady coming with a stroller and there's only room for one person to pass, so I'm gonna have to wait. Just give me a second here, folks. I'll leave off where I left off. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. Just give me a second here. Yeah, that's it. It really sucks because the street is so tight. Like you don't have much space to pass here. And the fence is here to keep people out while they're doing construction, so you can't even move off to the side. You just have to wait. Anyway, so even if you have both your mother and father growing up, right, that's only half the battle. The other half of the battle is, who wore the pants in the relationship, right? And I'm not saying this in a demeaning way towards women, but was your father a masculine man and was your mother a feminine woman when you were growing up? Because nowadays, because of women being liberated and becoming stronger, a lot of women feel they want to wear the pants. Some of them actually do wear the pants, right? But even if the woman wears the pants in a marriage and the father is more submissive, right? Do you not think that's going to affect your little boy from turning out to be a strong, normal, decent man? Right? It starts there. That's the root of the problem that a lot of people don't realize, right? Yet, a lot of these guys, even my age, because some of them didn't have a good upbringing, even as Gen Xers, right? Like myself, from my generation, they come out and they blame the women for everything that they're dating, right? And then the women are blaming the men. They're saying the men spend all day playing video games. The men are lazy, they're unproductive, which I hate to say it, guys, the ladies are right about that, right? So the guys are blaming the women, and the women are blaming the men. But who is really to blame? It's your mother and father. I hate to say it. Now, I'm not blaming my mother and father because my dad was a man, God rest his soul. My dad was a man. And when I was out of line, he would whip out his belt and whoop my ass. And I deserved it. Right? But because he did that, and then my mother was a feminine woman, and still is to this day, she's still around, I had a great upbringing with two happily married parents, my biological mother and my biological father, and my biological father was a strong, confident alpha male, and my mother was a sweet, loving, nurturing mother, a woman, right? So it all stems back to your childhood and how your parents raised you. What type of role model were your parents, right? So I understand why a lot of women nowadays, I come across these women, in the past, I've been seeing this one woman now for like almost 3 weeks. But in the past, when I was, talking to many different women on dating sites and stuff, I would hear all these different stories. I even heard some of these stories from the woman I'm seeing now, where she said, oh yeah, my ex just played video games all day. And he has no desire to better himself, in the workforce. He works a security job. And he drives 45 minutes to get to his job, I think making like $18 an hour, but he works nights and he's able to play video games because there's nothing happening at night. And she even said there's a friend of mine that I know could get him a job making $30 an hour, more closer to home, but he would actually have to work. But when she offered him this job, or made him aware of this job, he said, no, I'm fine where I'm at. Why? Because he's lazy, right? He hasn't learned responsibility. More than likely, he came from a broken household, or if his family was together, he had probably more of an effeminate father and more of a masculine mother type of role, right? Because I'll tell you this, if I wasn't self-employed and working in the workforce, and I had an opportunity to make $12 an hour more, I just had to work a little harder. Of course I would take that, right? But this guy is so lazy that he'd rather make $12 an hour less, work throughout the middle of the night, protecting a company building where nobody's there, so typically nothing happens, so he just sits on his lazy ass, plays video games all night, right? Is that something to be proud of, right? But then this dude wants to date a woman, and he thinks that that type of behavior is going to attract a woman, right? That type of lazy behavior, lazy, complacent behavior, right? See, women are attracted to a man's strength first and foremost, but they're also attracted to a man's purpose, right? A man's purpose defines who he is. Typically, it starts off with his job, and it includes other things that he enjoys doing during his spare time, like maybe volunteering for a nonprofit or even going hiking or some other activities, right? Women are attracted to a man's purpose, right? Now, because women have been liberated and things are different nowadays, I myself as a man am attracted to a woman's purpose. And if a woman has no purpose, I'm going to be just as turned off about her as she would be if I had no purpose, right? As she would be towards me, meaning she'd be just as turned off about me on the flip side if I had no purpose, right? This is what guys don't understand nowadays, right? They basically have been raised so differently from a broken household to the point of where they don't even realize what the purpose of having a girlfriend is, right? They think the purpose of having a girlfriend is just to have sex with her and for her to be like your, housekeeper or homemaker, right? Or cook or maid or something like that, right? Right? So I have to ask you guys out there that are lazy and complacent and aren't always focused on bettering your purpose, such as your job and other things you like to do, why even be in a relationship? Why even be in a relationship with a woman if you don't really care about her and like her and care enough about her to the point of where you show up being the best version of you that you can be. You see, for a woman that I'm really into, I feel she deserves me at my best. So I'm always striving to be at my best. And even if I am at my best right now, I'm always striving to better my best, right? And women like it when men continue trying to move forward and bettering themselves. They've always been that way, right? Let me see real quick here. Back in the stream, says Lewis, I am watching your ads in full. Well, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro. Give me a second here. I want to just pass on by. Folks, we're on lap number 2. We're probably going to do 3 laps today. What was I going to say? Now, another aspect I want to talk about is how has the digital world affected these guys? In many cases, it's made them more lazy. These guys that are not getting the emotional support. Guys that don't get emotional support are very closed off emotionally. They aren't able to express themselves emotionally, right? But they still want to have sex with women. The thing is, these guys still want to have sex with women, and they still want to hang out with women every now and then, right? But what they don't understand is the single biggest aspect of a relationship to the woman, or to a woman, is the emotional bond. Because why? Like I've always said, women are emotional beings. I'll say it again over and over and over again. Women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic later, right? So if women are biologically, naturally, all day, every day, like the number 8 emotional beings, do you not think as a man that they want to bond with you emotionally as well? And if you have emotional issues or you're not emotionally open. Yeah. Coach Eli. See you later, guys. Yeah. It's cool. Like lately, all these people have been like, hey, are you a streamer? It's called good. Yeah. It's awesome, man. Like, that's what it's all about. I actually respect those a couple of young guys, probably in their 20s, right? And that's cool that they're social and outgoing and they have the balls to say hi to somebody just passing by. That's awesome. I want to help more people get that way, right? But again, let's get back to what I was talking about. Lewis says, I just shared your stream out. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, bro. And if you go live tomorrow, I should be able to be there in the morning. Maybe you can bring me on a panel if you like, Lewis. And I'll wear my headset so that way there's no feedback coming into the stream. Lewis says you're welcome. So yeah, women want to bond with you emotionally, right? And like I said, because these guys were not raised properly growing up, they came from a broken household, or like I said earlier, maybe their parents were still together, but the dad was more effeminate than masculine, and the woman was more masculine than feminine, like acting that way, right? So that's very confusing, right? Why is it very confusing? Because like I've said before, I'll say it again, okay? In a normal, healthy family, like mine, okay? My mother, my father, and I had one brother, right? But I'm going to use a different family in this case because I need to talk about a little boy and a little girl, right? Let's say there's a happy family with 2 parents that are happily married, The father is more masculine. He's the leader. He's the head of the household. Still respects his wife. It's all equal, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? He's a masculine man. He's married to a feminine woman. They love each other. They're happily married. They've got 2 great young kids. One's a boy and one's a girl. Now, throughout life, as your kids grow up, right, and they start to experience things in the real world, right? Okay, when a little girl is going through something and she's not feeling good, right? She experiences something, maybe another girl at school, another boy at school is picking on her or something like that, right? She's going to go to daddy and sit on daddy's lap and say, Daddy, can you help me? I have something I need help with. Sure, right? And he may say, what's up? What's going on? Mary or whatever her name is, right? And then she'll sit on daddy's lap and she'll tell daddy how she feels. And daddy will help her get through it and give her some advice. And 5-10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, what happens? Guys, what's up, guys? Lots of cool people at the park today. This is good. So 10 or 15 minutes later or so, what happens? The little girl sitting on daddy's lap says, Thank you, Daddy. I feel so much better now, right? Now, what else does that do? If her dad is a strong, masculine man, a good man, not a jerk, but not a sissy, a good, strong, well-balanced man, she's also looking at her father as the role model, the example of the type of guy she's going to be attracted to as she gets older, right? Now, the same thing applies on the flip side. A little boy that's going through things is going to go more so look up to his mother, right? Because the father is the rougher one, right? The mother is the emotional one, right? Little boy, when he goes through things, needs emotional support. So where's he going to go get that from? His mother, right? And you must have a feminine mother, natural feminine mother, to get that emotional support, like I did when I was younger. I had a lot of emotional support. That's why I didn't turn out as messed up as some people think I did. Anyway. So the little boy is not going to sit on mommy's lap because, no disrespect, mommy's much smaller than daddy, and that's just the way it is. Men and women are biologically different, right? But a little boy will sit next to his mom, or may even get a hug from his mom. What does mom always do? My mom does this to this day whenever I see her. The first thing she does when I go see her, she gives me a big, long hug. I'm still her little baby. I'm a 47, almost 48-year-old grown-ass man, but to her, I'll always be her baby. And at this age, I've learned to accept it and understand that. It is what it is, right? So a little boy is going to go to mommy and tell mommy all the issues, right? And mommy will say, It's okay. It's going to be okay, son. That's how girls are. Girls can be mean at times. But you just go there and smile and don't let it bother you. You just keep, moving forward, and, nice people will come your way, or maybe they'll turn around. If not, just keep moving forward. And at the same time, as mom is doing that for her son in that situation, her little boy, her son, is looking at her as the role model or the example of the type of woman that he's going to be attracted to when he gets of age to start dating women and possibly get married to one, right? Let me tell you, I love my mother to death. She's still around. She's 70 years old. When I first heard some other coaches talk about this, I follow some other coaches like Coach Corey Wayne. that I respect. He's been putting out a lot of videos lately, and I love that. I first heard Coach Corey Wayne talk about this, right? You know, how a little boy looks up to his mother as the example of the type of woman, you know, he's going to be attracted to. I had an oh shit moment when I heard that years ago. I'm like, this makes absolute perfect sense, because my mom's a good woman. She's a nice woman. She was growing up, she was very loving and sweet and kind, and she still is to this day, but let me tell you, she's toughened up quite a bit, like every woman has. Don't get me wrong. My mom's still loving and caring and sweet, but she doesn't put up with any BS. But back in those days, like, she put up with BS and stuff, but she learned. She became stronger, right? All women have, right? Just the way things are, right? But my mother is still a very loving, nurturing, caring, and sweet woman that was always good to me and my brother and my father, no matter what. She was always the one that could make us feel better, no matter how bad other things were happening, right? So guess what? Guess what? I'm naturally attracted to women just like her. Nice, sweet, loving, caring, affectionate women. My mom gave me lots of hugs and stuff, right? That's why, if I'm going to be with a woman, nowadays, she has to be very affectionate. Because my mom taught me a lot of affection. My mom loved lots of affection. Now, affection, obviously, between mother and son, or mother and father and child, is a different type of affection, but it does affect you if you're not affectionate with your family. When you get into a relationship, you're not going to be affectionate with your partner. See, people that are not as affectionate with their partners that they're dating or they're married to, it's because there was a lack of affection growing up. There was a lack of affection growing up between them and their parents. American Dream 6.2. How you doing, brother? Moderator and channel member. Dude, I've been wondering what you've been up to, Dream. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Oh, American Dream with the $1 super sticker. Thank you, brother. That's not necessary. I appreciate the $1 super sticker, bro. Dream. I would like to, Dream, are you on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, Mike, American Dream, I have moved everyone from Google Hangouts, which is now known as Google Chat. I've moved everyone from the Google platform, the Google Chat platform, to Facebook. It's much easier to verify people are real. Plus, you can send voice messages and stuff like that. If you are on Facebook, Mike, American Dream, can you send me a friend request? And then I will add you to the Coach Eli private moderator group behind the scenes. And we'll be able to communicate regularly. I even have Dion in there. You know Dion, SIFESMO, your buddy? He's a moderator on my channel now, too. I have Queen Helen Casey, Lewis Fuller, his sister Adelaide, a good friend of mine, Johnny, back from my high school days, who's a moderator on my channel now, too. There's a lot going on, Dream. And I'd like for you to be a part of it, because I think you're a really good guy. And Dion feels the same way about you too, bro. Of course, I'll be happy to. I'm pulling into work right now. But I gotta run, because that's some copyrighted music playing in the background. I think that was Chili Peppers. I don't ever wanna be like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Ah, man, that dude's cranking it up, man. Fortunately, YouTube changed their rules about a year or so ago. They said that if you come across some incidental copyrighted music, like hanging out somewhere, Go ahead. This the dude turned around and he's still cranking up that music. All right. All right. So we're just gonna have to keep on moving forward here because you know, a little bit of incidental copyrighted stuff is okay, but you know, too much on it, it may still give you a content ID claim. And it's not fair, like when you're out in public and people are blurting copyrighted music and you're live streaming. What can you do about that? That's why they created that rule: incidental copyrighted music. Anyway, yeah. So Dream, what were you saying? But I'll check out my old Facebook account. I haven't used Facebook in years. Dion's a good man. He's loyal and he's positive. Of course he is, bro. Of course he is. I'm going to wait over here. There's somebody that's coming. Let me see. I'm just going to cross the street over here. Let me see. All right. I think we can cross back now. So Mike, you got the notification. Mike American Dream, you got the notification and you decided to pop on in. That's cool, man. What have you been up to? Have you been streaming at all, bro? Is everything going okay, man? Anything I can help you with, bro? I'd really like to start rejoining some of your panels. American Dream. And I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem if you have some of your older people on there. But the thing is, as long as you don't bring on a couple of people that you and I have talked about in the past, I don't want to mention their names. Because they're gonna, if I come on your shows, bro, they're gonna try to get on there just to try to trigger me and try to suck me back into drama, which I'm so done. No more drama, Mike, American Dream. Let me know, bro. All right, folks, I'm about to finish my second lap. I'm gonna take one more lap around the park and chat with you folks a little bit. I'm probably going to end up doing a stream from the studio later tonight, but it's probably not going to be until about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Because like I said, I'm going to dinner with my mother once I'm done with this. And I've got a bunch of topics in mind. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do, but I'll also share more information about the emotional support group. And I think what I'm going to do, at least for the time being, or I may make this a permanent thing, at the beginning of each one of my shows, I'm going to be sharing the link to my emotional support group on Reddit. Again, if you're just joining us, you want to join Coach Eli's genuine emotional support group for men and women on Reddit, go to reddit.com/r/real emotional support, all one word. Reddit.com/r/real emotional support, all one word. REALEMOTIONAL SUPPORT. I'm going to start adding these links. I'm going to start adding these links to to the description section of YouTube, sharing them all over social media. And if you folks can do me a favor and share the link to the emotional support group to people you feel can use it. I mean, I think everyone needs emotional support. I'd appreciate it. I really want to grow that group. I'm already a part of many other Reddit groups, and once I have it set up, there's a feature where I can promote it to groups I'm currently in. So that's probably going to help it grow a bit. I'm letting you know, folks, Reddit is a great way to grow your social media presence. I should have done this a long time ago, right? And again, I'm not just doing this for myself to grow. I want you folks to grow along with me. You know, especially the moderators here on my channel on YouTube. You folks are content creators. You folks want to grow your channels. You folks want a bigger audience and more people to follow you and engage with, right? So let's do this thing together. I've just changed my mind because I have to use the restroom. I'm going to be wrapping up this stream right now in about 5 minutes. So get your questions, comments, and concerns in before I go off the air. And then I'm going to shut this baby down, use the restroom, probably walk one more lap around the park, and then go have dinner with my mother and come back later tonight for another stream. It's a really nice night. It is a little humid. It's been quite humid lately. I don't really like high humidity, but it's still a nice night. That's somebody coming on an e-bike. Again, I don't see the purpose of those e-bikes. You really don't get much benefit from them, especially when you use the motor. You get benefit by pedaling with your feet. You know, a lot of these people use the e-bikes to go up hills. Like, why wouldn't you want to pedal up the hill, work harder? That means you work your muscles more and you burn more calories and you stay fit and you stay more healthy. Like, I think e-bikes are like a lazy man's bike, or woman's. Let's be fair to the ladies as well. But anyway, all right, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. And I will more than likely be back tonight for a brief show from the studio. It's probably not going to be till about 8 or 8:30 Pacific, which is going to be about 11 or 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And I'm only going to be on for probably about an hour and a half at the most because I do want to relax and start my day early tomorrow. I want to get you guys a stream early in the morning tomorrow from a different location on a walk. And then do another, full-blown stream at night, plus continue working on this Reddit group. So with that being said, have yourselves a good one. See you all later. Take care. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.